morning, everyone, and welcome to your Neighborhood Unitarian Universalist congregation. My name is Susanne. I am the music director, and I have your announcements for the coming week. Our first announcement is that we will be joining East End United to celebrate Christmas Eve service on December 24th. They are holding their service at 10 p.m. A link will be sent out in our Monday email. And next Sunday, we have our regular 10:30 a.m. service. Ongoing at Neighborhood, conscious movement classes on Wednesday mornings with Phyllis will be not ongoing, but discontinued until mid-January when she'll start them again. Watch the announcements for the restart date. Meditation on Zoom is continuing Wednesday evenings from 7:30 to 8:30 p.m. with Rev Wayne and Jillian. This meditation is open to all for beginners and intermediates. Sandwich Sisters continues to provide sandwiches for local charities. If you can make some sandwiches and deliver them to Broadview and Girard area, they collect Wednesdays and Thursday mornings. Every Sunday, our child caregiver program happens from 9 to 9:30 a.m. with Zach. That is here at our regular Sunday Zoom space. And thanks to all who bought a tree to support Out of the Cold, they sold out, which is great. You are invited to Moira's dance party. That's happening next Sunday from 4 to 5 p.m. on Zoom here in the service space. Her email will be in the Monday emailing. If you would like more information, music requests are welcome. Coming to Neighborhood next Sunday evening from 7 to 8:30 p.m. is Neighborhood Slice of Life 20th anniversary celebration. Join us for music, ritual, and pie. Please send your favorite old photos and pie recipes to Lauren. That is not Lauren's correct email address, but I'm sure it will be corrected in the Monday mailing. And bring a slice of pie to eat. Meet your friendly neighborhood zine, the Nuclehead. Starting January 17th, we'll publish every 2 weeks in a downloadable PDF format and have Zoom meetings on intervening Thursdays to create and share reactions to prose, poetry, photos, art, movies, music, all welcome. This is a creative arts zine. Deadline for issue 1 is January 10th. Only 3 short or 1 long piece per person per issue. We won't edit your grammar, but we will use the 7 principles as a sieve. Music or movies may be in the links, and the first meeting will be Thursday, the 21st of January at 7:30 here in our service Zoom space. And you can send your submissions to nuclehead@marmarick.com. His address will be in the Monday mailing. The Danforth Jewish Circle, East End United Regional Ministry, and Neighborhood present Understanding the Overrepresentation of Indigenous Peoples in the Canadian Prison System. It will be presented by Jonathan Rudin, the Program Director of the Aboriginal Legal Services, Sunday, January 17th at 2 p.m. on Zoom. And there is contact info, again, that will be sent in the Monday mailing. If you are currently not on our Monday email list, you can write to office@nuuc.ca to have your name added. Volunteering at Neighborhood. The Spirit Choir is looking for video editor and artistic director to help us create videos for our services. Previous experience and interest, of course, is helpful. Can contact me at music@nuuc.ca. And the Lifespan Learning Committee is currently looking for new members for their team to help co-create a dynamic program for our new home. You can write to lifespanlearning@gmail.com if you have interest.
Every week we've been trying to put in photographs of a little bit of the progress that we have toward the finishing of our space on 310 Danforth. And those are the lights up and everything cleaned out and ready for painting and floor finishing. And if you flip the next picture, you can see that that's the new cappuccino room just beyond that lower opening. And then the two doors that are beyond that are the music LL door for their office and the minister's door on the right for their office. The kitchen's around the corner. And we'll keep sending pictures every week.
Wayne, I believe you have another announcement for us.
Yes, Toronto First has decided to walk away from the potential purchase of the church St. Catherine's of Siena just down the street. They have found that it was just going to cost too much money to renovate the building, and given our reluctance to to support that relocation, I think that they decided that it would be better if they found a place elsewhere. I think it was a great disappointment for them to do that. And so I think that if we can be supportive, that would be wonderful. And I want you all to know that we also have offered to them whatever abilities we have in helping them find a new space.
And next Sunday, our theme will be Imagining the Future. Message of inspiration will be provided by members of our congregation looking ahead to the new year, and music provided by Susanne, that's me, and friends.
Welcome to our Neighborhood Unitarian Universalist congregation service on Zoom. We welcome you here. As we stay emotionally and physically, spiritually close in these times when we need to stay physically apart. My name is Ruth Lanktree, and I will be your virtual service leader today from home. Our musical director, Susanne Maziarz, is in the sanctuary, and our minister, the Reverend Wayne Walder, is at home. Our facilitator of the Child Caregiver Sunday program is Getchell, who will share a time for all ages from home. We also have Charles Watton and Allison Kabayama, who are doing the Zoom web hosting duties. Thank you to all of them. Every week, we learn lessons and how to practice in this virtual service space. Here are some technical lessons we have learned. Please remember to stay muted, keep chat open for readings and lyrics, and don't send chat messages to everyone during the service. The service is being recorded for the public by YouTube and our new website page. Joys and concerns or similar personal moments will be edited out. If you have privacy concerns, please turn off your camera and rename yourself. Sacred space and cyberspace are strange bedfellows, and we need your help to bring them together. Now we have nowhere to go, nothing else to do. Shut off all your other apps that might distract or put your device on Do Not Disturb and be present. This is our threshold moment. Let's enter sacred space together. Let our service begin now. As we light our chalice, I encourage you to light your own personal chalice or candle, or consider holding your hands in the shape of a chalice. Now would also be an excellent time to put your screen on gallery view to see each of us with our own chalice burning. I ask Susanne to light our chalice as we sing.
We light this chalice to remember, to light the fire within our own hearts.
And now for our prelude song by video.
As summer come now dawning,
welcome. Today, almost all of us are in our own homes in isolation. Settlers of European descent claimed ownership and displaced this land, which was home of the Wendat, the Anishinaabe, the Mississauga, the Haudenosaunee, and the Ojibwe Chippewa nations. To honor their land during the winter solstice, the Indigenous people took an opportunity to go inward with deep intention, to care for their spiritual selves, their bodies and minds, their loved ones and families, and to prepare for the longer days ahead. Consider finding a sacred place for yourself. It might be a tree or near a river, and sit in deep observation on Solstice Day. And in fact, on any day, to sharpen your senses and your relationship to the natural world. If you were visiting us for the first time, we welcome you. Please stay around after service when you'll have a chance to talk to members of our community, to learn of who we are and what we're about. If you don't go to a breakout room, our minister or staff will be in the main room to answer any questions you may have about who we are and what we do. Our mission at Neighbourhood is to empower spiritual growth and shared action for the care of the world. Our theme for December is lighting our way home. Today, we celebrate the winter solstice. In the Northern Hemisphere, December 21 marks the darkest, shortest day of the year and the longest night, when the sun takes its lowest, shortest path across the sky because the north is tilted away from the sun. After the winter solstice, the night gets a little shorter each day, and the days get a little longer as we head towards spring. Solstice in Latin means the sun standing still. So why do we celebrate it? Because Yule, which is known as the sun's birthday, is a time of hope and understanding. That the world is darkest just before the night. If we hold on, sunlight and joy are on their way to us once again. And this year, which has been unusually dark, we have a ray of hope with the COVID-19 vaccine arriving to help control this virus. We need to acknowledge and celebrate our growth, our resilience, our strength, and the blessings we may have overlooked in 2020. Let us go and create space for the positive ahead of us in the coming year. Traditionally, at this time in the service, we ask you to turn to your neighbors and greet them. In this virtual space, this will happen a bit differently. So now, briefly unmute your device and offer a greeting to those around you. We will set time.
Hello.
Hi, Ruth. Hi, Lauren.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Dolly.
Hi, Ruth. Hi, Brenda.
Allison.
Nancy once again.
Lauren,
Sean.
Phyllis.
I hope that you both really well.
Good morning.
Hi, Yvette.
Hi, Yvette.
Hello, I don't know enough. Nice to meet you.
Hi, Jane.
Hi, Deb and Dina.
Hi, Brenda. Hi, Belle.
Lanktree.
Nice. Oh, and Michelle.
Hey, Deb.
Hi, Jennifer.
Lisa.
Hi.
Morning, Joe.
Hi, Gordon. Michelle.
Brad.
Hi, Juliana. Hi, Julie. Nice to see you.
Yvette. Ray.
Peter. Hi.
Hi, Sigrid.
Now I invite you to join me in reading our opening words, which will now appear on your screen. If you're on a phone, please follow my words and memory will fill in the rest. Let us cast the circle of a sacred space.
Here.
Let us
cast the circle
of a cherished space here, a place of safety, a place of forgiveness, a place of love. If we want the world to change, we must craft in our space and in ourselves the seeds that grow a different kind of life, a life of graciousness, of creative intelligence, a place of life and spirit for ourselves and our families. And now I ask Susanne to please introduce our first song.
Hello, everyone. We're going to open our service singing a call and response song by Melanie DeMore. And I thank Bruce, who's here today, for introducing me to this song. So there's two things about it. It's call and response, and there's some clapping and stomping. So if you're comfortable, you could stand up, as I'm going to, so that you're able to stomp your feet. I'm going to teach it to you first. So I say, every day when I wake up, and you say, every day when I wake up, every day when I wake up, every day when I wake up, I look to the sun, you sing, I look to the sun, I sing, I look to the sun, you sing, I look to the sun, I sing, and let my light shine, and you sing, and let my light shine. What's fun about this song is it starts with some simple clapping. And then each time we sing the song, the clapping gets a little more regular, and then even more regular. And then we start stomping until we're stomping and clapping and singing, and the energy is just shining right out of our bodies. I want to thank the Spirit Choir. Normally the Solstice service is the Spirit Choir Sunday, as it is today, and we make a big sound in our sanctuary. Today, all our music is pre-recorded by the Spirit Choir, including this song. So please stomp, clap, and sing along with the Spirit Choir and I. I encourage you to go to gallery view. Every day when I wake up,
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 I look to the sun,
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 and let my light shine,
and let my light shine.
every day when I wake up,
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 I look to the sun,
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 and let my light shine,
and let my light shine.
every day when I wake up,
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 I look to the sun,
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 and let my light shine,
and let my light shine.
every day when I wake up,
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 I look to the sun,
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 and let my light shine,
and let my light shine.
every
Thanks, Suzanne. That was great. Now, all the young and the young at heart, please come up and get close to your screen to hear Zach. Zach, would you share a time for all ages story?
Morning, everybody. So today is our winter solstice service, the darkest time of the year, where we come together and hope for the return of the light. And it truly is the darkest time of the year this year for more reasons than usual. Aside from the actual shortest day of the year part, more restrictions and more lockdowns are happening, and a lot of people are struggling to hold on to any kind of hope. So that's what we're going to talk about today, hope. I won't tell you the definition for hope because, well, I don't think it's good enough. It just mentions the brain part of hope, the wanting. It forgets that hope isn't something that you just think. It's something that you feel. Hope is alive in your very body, in the earth all around you. And today I'm going to try and help you connect with it. We're going to start today with a bit of a movement exercise. So if you're willing and able, I'd like you to start by getting yourself someplace comfortable where you can move around a bit. Now we'll sit down and wrap our arms tight around our legs and make ourselves real small. Imagine that you're a seed, the seed of your favorite type of tree, and you're resting in the cool darkness of the earth. It's wet and you can feel a light warmth above you. So you start to stretch up towards it. Your fingers become branches poking towards the sun. Now we push our bodies up out of the ground. Our feet and toes become our roots, holding us firmly into the earth. Our legs and torsos become our trunks, and our arms become leafy branches reaching for the sky. Now we start to sway in the wind, our branches moving freely through the air, still rooted firmly to the ground. And here we stand, strong and full of hope. You can stop being a tree now if you want to. And trees, at least for me, are a symbol of hope. A symbol that life can and will go on, no matter how bleak things might seem. How they can grow and continue to grow no matter what conditions come upon them. Even this tree, growing through a concrete barrier on the edge of the lake with hardly any bark, continues to grow. Even in the cold of winter, in the leafless time of the year, these trees are still ripe with life, giving hope to the birds and squirrels who rely on their berries for food. Even in death, trees are still full of hope. And new, fresh growth can happen even on those most hopeless-looking trees. Who knows what can become of a tree that's been broken and looks dead? I've seen some truly incredible recoveries. So how can this help us? What can we learn from a tree's hope? We can realize that hope is something that's always there. We just have to reach for it. I know that's something that can be hard, especially now, partly because we're so used to reaching for people for hope. But I want you to know that you can find it in yourself too. I'm going to ask you all to give yourself a big hug. Wrap your arms tightly around yourself and just relax and breathe into the hug. Do you feel that little bit of lightness? That's hope. Your body knows it and knows how to unlock it. Now, I know we're not supposed to be going around hugging people that we don't live with, so I have another suggestion for you. Hug a tree. Find yourself a special tree and go and visit it when you're feeling down, when you need some hope. Trees are old and wise, and you can talk to them safely. A tree will never judge you, no matter how bad you think things are or they might seem. They just offer endless, silent support. And when you connect with a tree and give it a hug, you can open to your body's inner hope and tap into the ancient, eternal hope of the trees. Doing so has helped me through many a dark time, and I hope it will help you through this dark time as we wait for the inevitable return of the light. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Zach. This is a special time in our service when we invite you to share a joy or a concern in your life. Open your participant window and raise a virtual hand if you have a joy or a concern. If you are here on a phone without a screen, You can raise your hand by pressing *9. To speak, you have to unmute yourself and be seen. You need to have your camera on. Once you've spoken, please remute yourself. Please respect the sacredness of the ritual and refrain from making announcements and telling stories. This is a cherished time in our community that brings us closer in times that are separating us. We start by expressing gratitude for all the volunteer efforts, seen and unseen, that help our community to hold together. Just checking hands. Okay, we'll carry on. And I would like to light this last candle for the joys and concerns that remain unspoken in our hearts. And now, would our minister please lead us in meditation?
This is going to be a reflection and a meditation and a little ritual all together. I miss you all too. I just need to say that. You know, our ancestors did not have the science we have today, yet they were very intelligent people who were able to survive in difficult times. They endured famine and terrible plagues. They had to handle lawlessness and poor medical care. For hundreds of years, life expectancy as little as 500 years ago was about 30 years. That meant most of us would probably be dead by now. Yet with their short lives, they created some of the most enduring and endearing festivals and celebrations we have today. Lighting up the dark. Do you remember? With laurel and holly and big meals, potent drinks, laughter, mistletoe. Life was difficult long ago, and they still celebrated life on the darkest days of the year. Can you imagine creating a wreath of evergreen boughs, lining up in the hill in Scotland or maybe Saskatchewan, setting them afire and rolling them down the hill to a great bonfire, 10 meters tall? Friends, family, food, frothy drinks freely available. You had to get there first, of course, through the snow, through the dark. I'm not trying to paint a picture of a time better than now. Life was hard back then, and 30 years is short. But I'm reminding myself, and I hope some of you, that if our ancestors could celebrate the world, celebrate their lives, celebrate the pain and joy of living a precious life, we can too. They knew about a dark time, and they knew that the dark days in the coming winter was dangerous. They were afraid of not having enough food or proper shelter. Celebrating a life when you're worrying about surviving isn't easy. For us, as our winter comes knocking on the door, we're probably worried about it too. Unemployment was at 14% this year, and many of us have lost income. We're separated from our loved ones, like Fred said, and others. And masks across our face obscure the human emotions we long to experience. Businesses are closing and 14,000 people have died in our country, 2 million on the planet, from COVID. I recently read a piece in the New York Times about depression and how more people have died in Japan in the last month from suicide than have died in the previous 10 months from COVID. Our worries are reasonable. Yet in this dark time, in their dark times, our ancestors faced their fears and celebrated with the hopes that they would survive a difficult winter to enjoy the sun and the spring again. Amid their fears, they celebrated. And I imagine one of the ways psychologically that they did it, the way that they put their fears to rest, and this sounds so weird, was to accept them. They intimately knew about the difficulties in a human life, and they accepted them. I imagine they did what the poet Rumi asks of us. Invite your fears in. Allow in your confusion and your grief and your loss. Give them seats at your table. Because Rumi wanted us to stop resisting the reality of our lives. Because when we accept these difficult feelings and emotions, it opens up a space inside of us for the other experiences. And when we are open to life, all of life, fears and joys, we open to the deepest recesses of our humanity. Our ancestors and our pagan ancestors accepted the limitations of their lives so they could let them go and open to hope and joy. I wondered if you'd try it with me. In the next few minutes, I'd like to offer a guided meditation where we might accept something from our life this past year. Maybe something we dread, or something that has caused us frustration and pain. I'm going to turn some music on as you quiet down and find a place to sit and breathe. My friend Jim Constantine taught me this meditation long ago. Like Zach said, imagine a big tree. A tree as large in diameter as you are. See it in a quiet place. Maybe you know this tree. Walk up to it. Touch its bark and feel its texture, hard and soft. Say hello with your touch. Then turn your back to the tree and lean in. Feel the bark on your back and your head. Maybe even sit down and rest into the tree. After a few moments, see if you can feel the energy of the tree, its aura. And without doing anything, imagine its energy extends over you. You're part of the tree's energy. It's part of yours. You might rock your body. Just a gentle movement to feel the freedom of life moving in you. Like the tree moves to the wind. And embodying back and forth. A gentle movement. As you rest with a subtle and gentle thought, review this past year. Maybe there's something you've been resisting. something you found difficult to accept. There are many things we found hard to accept this year. You know them. Financial instability, illness, yours or another's, isolation, confusion, our own illness, the death of loved ones. We might have been holding these concerns at bay, but for now, for a moment, let them in. Even if it's only one. Accept it and allow it to be part of you, part of the tree. And see if you can let go. Not only the anxiety or the tension in your body, but in your heart and in your soul. And let's try a little ritual. If you can form the words, I am letting go of. In a moment, I'll ask you to unmute yourself. There'll be no spotlight. And just one sentence, please. I am letting go of. I am letting go of. I am letting go of. And all of us will hear these sounds. And maybe they'll help us let go too. The prime reason for any ritual. Let me begin. I'm letting go of my broken heart. You know, you are a good community to be able to do a thing like that. Thank you.
Every solstice service, we sing the hymn, Return Again, and the choir has prepared a multi-track version for you to sing along with. I invite you, if you're so moved, to rock in your chair, to get out of your chair and move around your space. The track is about 4.5 minutes long.
Return to the home of your soul.
In these times of isolation, let's not forget that this congregation is a living entity, and like all living things, it must have nurture and sustenance. If you contribute by pre-authorized withdrawals, thank you. As we contribute to the life of this community, we affirm our lives within it. We can't pass the basket, but for those that do make contributions to the baskets each week, please consider writing a check or making an e-transfer, which is the most cost-effective way to give. Consider even doing a recurring gift. And here's a link on your screen. All you need to do is click on
From you I receive, to you I give. Together we share, and from this we live. From you I receive, to you I give. Together we share, and from this we live.
Thank you for your generosity. And now Susanne will lead us in the final songs.
So typically for our solstice service, we end with a big drum circle and lots of chanting and dancing in community. Our choir put together a track of 30 separate tracks to create the feeling of being in the drum circle and being together. The chant sounds like this. I'll just introduce it to you before we start the track. It goes, the fire burns, the wheel turns, the sun returns, burning, turning, the fire burns, the wheel turns, the sun returns, burning, turning. And I invite you from home, first of all, to go into gallery view, so it's like we're all here together, and either to chant along, to drum along, to dance along in the spirit of the earth and of community. The track is about 4.5 minutes long. Please enjoy this spirit choir offering.
the sun returns, burning, turning, the fire burns, the wheel turns, the sun returns, burning, turning, the fire burns, the wheel turns, the sun returns, turning, turning, the fire burns, the wheel turns, the sun returns.
I now invite Susanne to extinguish her chalice as we sing.
Although our chalice has been darkened, we hold the fire within our own hearts.
We had a tradition here of circling round and holding each other's hands. Instead, please go to gallery view, unmute yourself, and together let us say namaste, which means I salute the spirit within you.
Namaste.
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 Namaste to
Namaste.
everyone.
Blessed Jewel, namaste.
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 I now provide you with the closing blessing by Annie Forrester. Come we now out of the darkness of our unknowing and the dusk of our dreaming. Come we now from far places. Come we now into the twilight of our awakening and the reflection of our gathering. Come we now all together. We bring unilluminated our dark caves of doubting. We seek unbedazzled the clear light of understanding. May the sparks of our joining kindle our service and our resolve, brighten our spirits, reflect our love, and unshadow our days. Come we now enter the dawning. Our service has ended.
Deck the halls with boughs of holly, la 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 la. 'Tis the season to be jolly, la la
Thank you, Suzanne. And for those of you who do not wish to join a breakout room, thank you for joining us. Everyone who remains here will be assigned to a breakout room. Today's question to consider in your breakout room is, how can you accept this year and let go of something? If you're a newcomer to our congregation, please just stay in the meeting by saying later to the request to join a breakout room. Our minister or a staff member will be there to talk to and answer any questions about our faith or becoming a member of the congregation. Go in peace.